Tonight on CTV, take a look into the pause on federal loans and how it could affect students.
Michael Rosales will bring us a look into the DEA raids that took place in Denver.
And we'll check out the new robots driving food all around campus.
All this and more on tonight on CTV.
Good evening, Rams. My name is Maddie Szpunar.
And I'm Brandon Lennon.
A student in Aggie Village passed away on Monday, January 20th, late in the afternoon. Dahlia Hopper, who was a community coordinator and office assistant at Aggie Village Walnut. Dahlia was a senior majoring in fish, wildlife, and conservation biology and was also a member of the McNair Scholarships program. A statement released by University Housing and Dining extended their condolences, asking that the community keep Dahlia's family and friends in their thoughts during this incredibly difficult time. The Larimer County's coroner office investigating the circumstances surrounding her death, and authorities have confirmed that there is no ongoing threat to campus.
Fort Collins police cleared an illegal encampment and arrested 4 individuals with a total of 19 warrants early Tuesday morning. The encampment, located near the Lee Martinez Park, was originally brought to the attention of Fort Collins Police Services back in September 2024. The authorities made contact with the encampment residents multiple times, notifying them of Fort Collins' camping ordinance and offering housing assistance to the residents. After 5 months of the warnings, the police issued a final warning on January 22nd on Tuesday. The Fort Collins Police, along with Homeless Outreach and Proactive Engagement Program, cleaned up the site. Found during the cleaning were 30 bikes or frames, 95 bike tires, 6 propane tanks, and 80 sharps, along with other items. 4 people ended up being arrested on multiple warrants, including, but not limited to, camping on public property, accumulation of rubbish, and discharging public pollutants onto public property.
A spectator at a high school track meet in Colorado Springs was killed Sunday when a hammer thrown by a student went past a safety barrier and struck 57-year-old Wade Langston in the head. This incident happened at the University of Colorado Springs at 9:30 in the morning. Despite medical efforts by the Colorado Springs Fire Department, Langston was pronounced dead at the scene. The incident is under investigation by UCCS Police and Colorado Springs Police. We are now going to head over to the administration building to check in with our live reporter, JJ McKinney, for the update on the pause on federal aid.
It has been a whirlwind 72 hours for multiple federal programs across the country ever since Donald Trump announced a federal funding freeze for various financial and federal aid programs. Now, it should be announced that as of Wednesday night, President Trump has officially rescinded the order. However, there were still multiple federal loans and federal aid programs across the country that were put on notice by this order, including Colorado State University. The freeze included suspending hundreds of federal programs that dispersed financial aid until further notice. The Trump administration stated that the freeze was in an effort to stop programs that assisted immigration, foreign aid, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. While the pause did not include programs like Social Security and Medicare benefits, concerns over healthcare, law enforcement, and disaster aid rose. This caused several universities across the country to panic as they scrambled to figure out what this means for their students and faculty. Several research programs as well as federal student aid disbursement were put into question. CSU was instructed to pause some researchers' projects and work orders related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. This all came to a head when a federal judge stated that he would block Trump's federal freeze of grants and loans. Now again, it should be stated that the federal freeze as of Wednesday night was rescinded by the Trump administration, with said administration stating that they needed more time to discover what spending was being put into efforts of federal loans and inclusions. However, it should be stated that CSU has promised its students, staff, and faculty that it will do its best to track and make sure it is supporting all of its students during this time. Back to you guys.
On January 28th, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists set the Doomsday Clock to 89 seconds to midnight. The clock, dubbed the Doomsday Clock, was created to bring attention to the various threats that could cause global extinction. The movement of the minute and second hand symbolize how close humanity is to extinction of the human race. The group says they based the recent move to 89 seconds to midnight because of the worsening climate change as well as possible nuclear conflict. The board gives this reminder. Because the world is already perilously close to the precipice, a move of even a single second should be taken as an indicator of extreme danger and an unmistakable warning that every second of delay in reversing the course increases the probability of global disaster.
Loveland police have arrested a driver following a fiery crash early Monday morning. The driver, who was uninjured, allegedly ran several red lights while speeding before losing control of the vehicle. The truck hit multiple objects and rolled before bursting into flames just before 3 in the morning. Officers arrested the driver on suspicion of a DUI, and Loveland police say the investigation is still ongoing. Up next, we will join Lena Juhlin and see whether or not this weekend will shine bright or if we'll have another round of snow.
Hi, my name is Lena Juhlin, here to bring you today's weather. For our current conditions, it is 37 degrees outside. Sunset was at 5:16 p.m. with humidity of 41% and 9-mile-per-hour winds. With the storm earlier this week, you can see some snow left on the ground, but those warmer temperatures have left the sidewalks clear around campus. It will be colder overnight though, so if you are going out, keep that jacket handy. Next, we'll move into our overnight lows. Along the I-25 corridor, you can expect some warmer temperatures tonight, being right around 30 degrees. Into the eastern plains, you can expect it to be a bit colder, with Sterling and Burlington at 25 and Lamone at 19. Moving into the western slopes, you can expect some colder temperatures, being led by Craig and Gunnison, with -6 and -10 degrees. Now into tomorrow's forecast. The high will be 54 degrees with a low of 34. Sunset will be at 5:17 p.m. with 38% humidity and 5-mile-per-hour winds. Next, looking into our 5-day forecast. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, you can expect some warmer temperatures with those lows being in the 30s. Moving into the beginning of next week, it will be getting a bit colder towards Wednesday, with those lows dropping down in right around 30 as well. That's all we have for weather, but stick around after the break for more news.
After 2 years?
You gotta be kidding me! Okay, no.
Robbie.
Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon? I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, to all of us! Well, we're in a 4-foot room! I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do? Okay.
Hold on. All right. Wizard, what do you do?
Welcome back from the break. Thousands of people in Germany protested against the far-right AfD party ahead of next month's election, where the party is polling at a record 20%. US billionaire Elon Musk endorsed the AfD, calling it the best hope for Germany's future. In response, large protests took place in cities like Berlin and Cologne, with up to 75,000 people showing up to oppose the party. The protests were mostly peaceful, though there were some incidents in Hull where Musk spoke.
Wildfires in Los Angeles are slowly coming to an end. Reports from the Los Angeles Times claim that the Hughes, Eaton, and Palisades fire are more than 90% contained. However, the recovery from the burn damages still has a long road ahead of it. Over 16,000 structures have been destroyed and 2,000 have been damaged. CSU students who were once residents in the Los Angeles area may be struggling during this time.
As a California resident, I feel affected because of my brother who lives there and how worried I am about him and his house that he owns in LA.
Students who feel affected by this are encouraged to stop by one of CSU's many support outlets, including the CSU Health Network.
Federal agents raided a Denver nightclub over the weekend, targeting a Venezuelan gang linked to drug trafficking. The operation, led by the DEA, resulted in multiple arrests and a significant drug seizure. The next day, authorities took down more suspects tied to major Mexican cartels. According to the DEA's Rocky Mountain Field Division, the investigation into the Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, started last summer. Authorities say members of the group were moving large quantities of fentanyl, methamphetamines, and pink cocaine across Denver metro area, which put them on the agency's radar. That's what led federal agents to a nightclub over the weekend. The DEA came out publicly stating, "Denver had a problem with this Venezuelan gang called Tren de Aragua. Our investigation started in the summer, and we've seized quite a large amount of drugs from Tren de Aragua members, including fentanyl. That really raised the awareness inside DEA of how important this gang was. We started really focusing on them across Denver and Aurora and really around the metro area. Since then, we've been able to identify a lot more members in their network, and that's what led us to this nightclub." Federal agents say their operation at the club helped them uncover even more about the gang's network, leading to additional arrests. Hours later, law enforcement turned their attention to two suspects tied to the Sinaloa and Jalisco cartels. Monday morning, DEA agents raided a building on South Quebec Street in Denver. Inside, they found 130,000 fentanyl pills. The two individuals taken into custody are allegedly part of a drug trafficking organization with direct ties to Mexico's most powerful cartels. A statement from the governor's office stated, "The governor is still learning details about the early morning action and welcomes the news that guns and drugs were removed from Colorado streets. Governor Polis is committed to making Colorado one of the top 10 safest states. He hopes law enforcement continues to coordinate to keep guns and drugs out of our communities." As these high-profile arrests unfold, concerns about federal immigration enforcement are also growing. While Governor Polis insists Colorado is not a sanctuary state, it is one of 11 states that limit immigration enforcement in some capacity. The city of Aurora says, "The city, including Aurora Police Department, is aware of news reporting about federal immigration enforcement plans in Aurora this week. We are not involved in any development and activation of such plans. As we have said numerous times previously, Colorado state law prohibits local governments from engaging in typical immigration-specific enforcement or detention. We focus on enforcing state law and local law." Meanwhile, immigrant right groups are pushing back. The Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition called the rumored ICE raids in Aurora deeply alarming, saying these operations are more about criminalizing immigrants than public safety. Federal agents were seen setting up a temporary holding and processing center at Buckley Space Force Base in Aurora. Reports suggested immigration raids could begin as soon as this morning, but those plans were reportedly postponed after details leaked to the media. For now, ICE operations in Colorado remain uncertain, but as federal agents continue targeting organized crime, immigrant communities and advocacy groups say they're bracing for potential enforcement action in the next coming days. We'll continue to follow this story as it develops. Stay tuned though, because after the break, Karma Robbins will bring us all news in sports.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
You know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What's up, Rams? In case you missed it, Colorado State women's basketball has found lots of success, right now sitting at 15-6 overall in second place in the Mountain West standings. The consistency from each player plays a huge role for the Rams. A freshman from Batavia, Illinois, Brooke Carlson, is one of those players.
Here comes Brooke Carlson. Carlson sets a fire from three. That one falls.
Hey Rams, my name is Karma Robbins, and I'm here with freshman guard Brooke Carlson. She has made many accomplishments here at CSU so far, so let's get to know Brooke a little bit more. Hey Brooke.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. What do you enjoy the most about basketball, and how long have you been playing?
I've been playing basketball since I was around like 7, I would say, so I kind of just always been around basketball growing up. And it's just fun for me. I love the sport, and it brings me joy, so I love playing it. Whenever I'm like in my fields or anything, I can always play basketball.
Yeah. What like made you want to play basketball when you were growing up, or did you just get put in the sport?
Watching my brother play, because he's 6 years older than me, so I would go to all of his games and watch him, and then kind of just inspired me to play basketball also.
In high school, you broke multiple records at your school, such as leaving Batavia High School to a program record of 29 wins and its first ever sectional title in 2023/2024, and finished your career as Batavia's all-time leading scorer, and you also owned the top career marks in steals and assists. What was like the defining moment that you knew you wanted to play in college?
Probably since I got to high school, I always knew that was like a passion of mine. And just growing up, that was always my goal. I played soccer also, so I didn't know which one I wanted to do. But then I started getting a lot more recognition for basketball, and I fell in love, and I was like, I'm just going to keep playing. Yes.
Yeah, you made so many accomplishments like at your sport, like as a high school. Like that's so cool. Can you explain how adjusting to the college level of play has been for you, and like what are the major differences from high school and college?
Definitely the pace. Just how fast the girls are and stronger they are in college compared to high school. And then just kind of like finding your role within the team. Like in high school, I feel like I kind of knew what my role was, but coming here, I didn't know what it was. So trying to figure out that and how I can fit within the team. But it's been really good. I've been adjusting pretty good so far.
Yeah, you definitely have been adjusting pretty well. Like we always like talk about you, and we're like, oh my gosh, she's so good. Like especially as a freshman, and we're like, she's gonna come in and she's gonna be like, we're like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be so good, just like McKenna, all the time.
That's the goal.
You have played a significant amount of minutes here, like at CSU. What is your motivation for when you do play?
Just doing what I can for my teammates, because we're all best friends and they're family, so you want to play as good as you want them to play for you, and that's just the key thing to our team. That's what we've been doing really good on. And then just like the confidence my coach gives me into playing how I can play. So
yeah, you guys definitely work super well together, like as a team, which like is so awesome to see, and like it's like brings the atmosphere all together in the stands in Moby Arena, even just like being there and just watching you guys play. Getting Mountain West Player and Freshman of the Week, making history at CSU, like what else do you think you'll do within your college careers, or like what else do you want to accomplish?
I don't really know what specifics yet. I kind of haven't really thought about that, but just doing the best I can. And I know this year our main goal is trying to get a ring on our finger, like conference championship or winning the tournament. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now.
Yeah, I think you guys can definitely win the tournament with all you guys playing and working together. That would be awesome.
That's the goal.
How do you feel like the team atmosphere is when you're playing with your team, like during the games?
I think it's awesome. We're all so excited for each other, and I think you can see that on the court. If someone else makes a three, we're all holding up the three or yelling like, let's go. And I think that just carries over from what we do off the court and how we connect. And then when we're on the court, we just want to see each other succeed.
Yeah, that's super inspiring, like for you guys all, and it just shows that you guys work together really well. And it's like, it shows when you guys win, and like it pays off at the end for sure. In the game, like what do you feel that makes you play better? Like, is it the students? Is it the crowd? Is it like your teammates, your coaches?
I definitely feel like it's my teammates and coaches the most, because when they're giving me energy and confidence, that's when I feel I can do my best on the court. But then also just like the overall like surrounding arena, when there's a lot of energy, you feed off of that energy, and then it just becomes a better game overall.
Yeah, especially when maybe we'll get one of those games sold out for sure this year.
Yes, hopefully.
I'm hoping too for you guys
one,
because
the Gonzaga game almost was sold out. But
yeah, that one was a fun game. I really liked that one.
Yes.
Did you get to choose your number here at CSU, or like no for that?
I did. They gave me the option, but I was number 2 all of high school. So then I kind of just wanted to keep going with that number, because previously I was number 14 my whole entire life. But then when I went to high school, they didn't have number 14. So I went with 2, and then it's just been my little number since then.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got to keep that number from high school. That's such an interesting fact, like about that. And now you get to keep it, like hopefully your rest of your college career too.
That's the goal, yes.
But well, thank you for being here.
Having me.
Yes, thank you. Brooke always shows up and shows out. You can tell the way she plays the game, already making history at CSU. I know she will have multiple accomplishments with her career here at CSU, and I can't wait to see what she does. Moving forward, looking ahead, the Rams play the Air Force Falcons this Saturday for the Fight Like a Ram game. where they will wear the names of the players who used to play who are now cancer survivors. That's all the sports news I have for you tonight, but tune in next Tuesday for our next sports broadcast. But that's not all the news after the break. Hear about the Grubhub robots roaming the campus.
Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
But I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Welcome back. Welcome back from the break, Rams. Poudre School District's class of 2024 reaches the highest graduation rate the district has seen in years. Much like the graduation rate, the district's graduates aim to reach new heights and go above and beyond.
In the various schools of the Poudre School District, the students strive for excellence. This is why the class of 2024 records the district's highest graduation rate at 87.3%, the highest since the district started recording graduation rates in 2010. Poudre School District's graduation rate has been on a steady incline since then, going from 87.6% in 2015 to 83.2% in 2019, and the class of 2024 broke the ceiling once again.
We've been really lucky to have great students, great teachers, great people helping kids along. We just have a tradition of excellence, and that continues to this day.
The district's rise in graduation rate is consistent to that of the state's average, where Colorado's graduation rate has risen from 77.3% in 2015 to 84.2% in 2024. The 2024 graduation rate marks the first time that PSD maintains 3 consecutive years of graduation rates higher than 85%. Superintendent Brian Kingsley said, "Our students and staff deserve immense credit for this achievement. While we celebrate this milestone, we remain committed to closing gaps and ensuring every student has the tools to succeed." Over the years, PSD prioritizes student success in literacy, mental health, and graduation with options, which the district says contributes to the rise in graduation over the years. Poudre School District congratulates the class of 2024 and everyone who played a part in this incredible achievement. Robert Sides, CTV.
Poudre School District is aiming for a 90% graduation rate in the near future. But for now, PSD will continue to maintain their mission for student success.
Around campus, robots are filling the walkways and filling our stomachs. But what do students think about the newest addition to campus? Across campus, there's a new way to get your food delivered, and it's not by a human.
I think the robots are kind of silly to see around campus, especially when it gets stuck between like all the people. I do think it is smart though, the robots that they made. It like knows when it's about to hit someone, and then it like kind of like recalculates. It is a little bit slow, which I've like just seen. I haven't actually seen it like from the start to the end, but I mean I think it's also like really convenient for students who don't have time, or it's not convenient for them to walk over somewhere else.
Yeah, I think the robots is pretty funny. You know, it's the year 2025, so now we have robots roaming around on campus at LSC. It's something my dad would have probably laughed at when he was going to school here.
I don't really use Grubhub. I see them around. I don't really see like the harm in them. They're kind of goofy. My question is, I guess, if I like ran into it or like biked into it, would I be able to sue Grubhub?
Can you believe it? Robots all over campus delivering our food?
I was a bit shocked when I saw them roaming around my dorm, but I personally think they're pretty cute.
You know, I'm just as scared of the robot takeover as anybody, but if they're at least those cute little robots, then I think I'm cool with it.
Same here.
That is going to be the end of our broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next Thursday at 7:30 at night to bring you more news. Until then, stay safe, Rams.